Easter was such a special time growing up in my family, and it was never complete unless we'd made a Simnel cake. So today I'm making a Simnel cake. The first thing to start off with is the marzipan. And you can buy your own marzipan. You can buy a bright yellow one, or you can buy, more of a natural one, or really simply, you could make your own. So I'm making my own. I've got 9 ounces of ground almonds, which are going in there. 9 ounces of caster sugar going in there. And then the recipe asks for 2 beaten eggs. So I'm going to pop one in initially and then crack another one. These are our own beautiful Cheshire Blue eggs. So I'm just going to beat that up as well. I already know, I think it's going to take at least 1.5, so I'll put a half into there, and a teaspoon of this is almond essence, so in that goes. Okay. So I'm just going to mix this all up together until it forms a beautiful paste. The lovely thing about a Simnel cake is the marzipan in the middle. So yeah, if you're a marzipan lover, this is a cake for you, and if you're not, then it's one to make for other people who are. So I can already see from this mixture that it's going to need the rest of my egg. Pop it in cautiously, just still leave a tiny bit. So this has now come together as a really beautiful paste. A lovely, thick marzipan paste. And what I'm going to do is have a third of it in the middle of the cake, a third for the top of the cake, and then I'm going to make little marzipan balls from the rest of it. I shared a lot of my childhood with the German family, and they were crazy about marzipan, and every Christmas they'd either make their own or they'd send us marzipan from Lübeck, and Lübeck marzipan is one of the best ones, absolutely delicious. So now I've made my marzipan and I'm going to cut it into thirds. So because we're doing Easter with love here at home, I've decided to use my heart-shaped cake molds. So I'm just stretching my marzipan out to form a sort of mini heart that will sit in the middle of the cake. So I've made the marzipan and I've preheated the oven to 140, and now I'm going to make the cake. So the first thing for any cake is sugar, butter and flour. So I'm going to pop the sugar and the butter in together and cream those. So I'm just going to pop those on. So the next thing for me to do is gradually add in the beaten egg, and then I'm going to sift the flour and the mixed spice together, and I'm also actually going to add the zest of a lemon into that and slowly incorporate that into the mixture before adding my mixed peel and my raisins and sultanas. So there. So next up, the flour, and don't forget a pinch of salt goes into that. With your sieve, sift this into here. So I'm gently mixing in the flour, and then I'm going to add in 112 grams of raisins, currants and sultanas, and this lovely mixed peel. I just happen to have an Italian one in my larder, so I'm using the Italian one, and it'll give it a lovely lemony zest. So yeah, just a really quick smoothing over the rest of the mixture using my spatula, and the marzipan in the middle will melt and run hopefully over into the edges, and this whole cake will have that lovely surprise in the middle. And then the secret to this cake is that it cooks really, really slowly. So I'm now going to pop this cake into my oven at 140 degrees Celsius for 1 hour and 45 minutes. Once you've taken your cake out of the oven, just get a skewer and just pop it in and bring it straight out. And if it comes out clean, that means your cake is cooked. The next job to do is basically get some almond jam and paste it in a glaze over your cake. And then the marzipan topping can stick onto this. So what I've done here is roll out my beautiful homemade marzipan onto some grease-proof paper, and I've done it that way so it doesn't stick. And then I'm going to flip that over like that. That will sit on top of there. And then smooth it over, and I'll just peel that back, and there you go. And then I've got the 11 balls which represent Jesus's 11 disciples minus Judas. So there we have it, a Simnel cake with the 11 disciples of Jesus going around the edge. And I've made this ready for Easter.